Hi, and welcome to a video regarding your big toe. So there's a lot to actually be said about the big toe in reflexology. It has quite a good few zones that's connected to your head, and that's really what the big toe is in reflexology. It has to do with the head and the brain and the sinuses and that whole area. So just to give you some ideas on all the zones that are on your big toe that you could actually work on to help you with headaches or sleeping, hormones. There's a few special areas, and I'll show them on the toes carefully for you now, on the big toe. The first one that you get is the pineal gland. It's at the top of the big toe, and the pineal gland is found at the center of your brain, which is very difficult to get to. But on the toe, the nerve endings are in the big toe, and you can actually work that reflex area for the pineal gland. The pineal gland is an endocrine gland, so it has to do with your hormones, but more importantly, the pineal gland releases melatonin, which is crucial for sleeping well. You can even buy melatonin actually if you're short on it, and it will definitely induce sleep. But by working on that reflex zone, you can improve the sleep patterns, you can relax someone really well. The other area that's found sort of in the middle of the big toe is the frontal lobe, which would have to do with your sinuses, and it's particularly the forehead and the top of the eyebrows. And that reflex area can be worked to help with any painful sinus headaches or probably even some migraines or migraines, that spread across here. I don't suffer with them, so I don't really know how intense they get, but it'll definitely help by rubbing your big toe. And another space, there's actually another gland, the reflex zone is found on your toe, and that's the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is known as the master gland, and it's also to do with your endocrine, which is hormonal. And the pituitary gland is found at the base of the brain, and it controls your thyroid, it controls your adrenal glands, it controls your ovaries, your testicles. It's the master hormone gland. Very important to keep that in check. And we can access that reflex area on your big toe. And then another space as well is often people with neck issues or bad posture, or even just having to do this the whole time in your day-to-day runnings, unpacking the dishwasher, doing the washing, sitting on a laptop, picking up the child. You tend to get extreme pain sort of at the base of your skull and where your neck meets your skull. That sweet little soft spot over there is your occipital ridge, and there's a reflex area on the big toe for that as well. And the other thing that you find on the big toe, the fifth and final one, is your throat. So if you have a sore throat, you can rub out all the toxins on your big toe and just clear the pathways so that the blood can smoothly go through. Right, so let me try and show you on my toes in my hotel quarantine room. So there's my big toe. As I was saying, so at the top here, pretty much that area over there, you'd find the pineal gland, responsible for melatonin. At the center of the toe over there, you'll find the frontal lobe, responsible for the sinuses above the eyebrows and the forehead. A little bit lower down, round about there, you'll find the pituitary gland. It's the master gland, remember that, so it controls all your hormones, your thyroid, very NB. And then your throat is the space over here, so you can massage that a little bit. You might find if you have a sore throat, that will be very tender. It'll be a first telltale sign that you've hit the right reflexes. And then the occipital ridge is found pretty much over there, where I was talking about at the base, where your spine meets your skull. There's a little soft sweet spot. It's often sore with tender necks or straining areas, and you can soothe that by working that reflex zone over there. A lot of the times there'll be calluses forming with people that do have neck issues, where it meets the head, where the spine meets the head. I find that all the time, and that is a built-up tension and not being broken down really well enough. So I like to often remove that dead skin so I can actually get to the reflexes and then work that out. And then it releases a lot of the pressure, and you're able to increase the circulation through those nerve endings by getting into that space. That's it. So if you're enjoying these videos, remember to subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell, which is a little reminder that pops up to tell you on alert to say that there's a new video that's been released. And then in the next session, there's another part to this with the toes. I'm going to cover the 4 other little toes, which are also related to your sinuses, and which sinuses they're actually related to. Right. Have a lovely day.